evening, everybody. Welcome to Don Drum Stadium, home of the Marietta Pioneers, and tonight, home of the Marietta Tigers, as the Tigers play host to the Point Pleasant Big Blacks. As you can see there, Marietta at 5-3 on the season, Point Pleasant 3-2. Marietta, 2 straight losses, Bobby, in close games that they could have won against Williamstown and Fort Fry. Point Pleasant coming off a beating of Warren where they racked up over 300 yards on the ground.
Right. So not only is Marietta hungry for a victory coming off 2 losses, they're hungry to avenge last year's beating 47-41 in an exciting game at Point Pleasant.
Yeah, it got into a real shootout, and these are going to be 2 power-running teams. We're joking we might see a 90-minute game tonight. Maybe handful of passes, maybe total complete tonight, as both these teams really like to run the football.
We're definitely going to see lots of handoffs and lots of pitches, maybe not as many forward passes.
So Point Pleasant at 3-2, still have 3 games left after this when they had 1 game washed out due to weather. Marietta, if they want to get into the playoffs, have to win their last 2 games. They put themselves in a bad way with the 2 losses to Williamstown and Fort Fry. Now they have to beat Point Pleasant and then have to win next week at Warren. But tonight is senior night. There's a lot of emotions. 14 seniors on this football team. And then we saw all the other fall athletes out there as well. So this is, the last time you're going to suit up on your home field, so you really get after it.
Yep, and they've got some seniors here. The thing that sticks out to me, Brian, for Marietta is that senior-laden offensive line and the senior-laden backfield. These guys have been around for a while. They've played lots of games, and this is an important night for all of them.
So this is what we're looking forward to, a fun evening tonight. Coming up here in just a minute, going to talk to Marietta coach Jason Shobe. We're going to talk to Point Pleasant head coach. Why did I just forget his name? David Darst.
David Darst.
I got it. And then we'll come back and get you ready for kickoff here at Don Drum Stadium. It is Marietta and Point Pleasant High School football tonight, presented by One Community Federal Credit Union here on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Brian Guthrie with Marietta head coach Jason Shobe. First off, Coach, congratulations. You're doing really well. You've dropped the last 2, but they were very hard-fought games and really came down to the end.
Yeah, for sure. And our kids have battled and competed. We've fallen short the last 2 games, and hoping to get back on track this week.
So, Point Pleasant, it turned into a shootout last year. They're a power-running team. It's no real surprises what they're going to throw at you. What have you seen on tape from the Big Blacks?
They're a really good ball club, and Coach Darst does a really good job. They're physical up front. They run sort of a shotgun wing tee, have a lot of misdirection pieces, and they have some really nice athletes to go with that as well. So they're a hard team to prepare for.
So I know coach speak is it's one game at a time, but you guys got to be thinking about the playoffs a little bit. You got to win these last 2. Has that entered into any conversations?
Yeah, and our region, they added some new teams to the region, and so it's a very difficult region to get in, and we've looked at it, and we have to win the next 2 for sure to get in. And so, but realistically, we have a lot to play for still, just as far as pride goes, and so it starts tonight, and hopefully we're able to start that this week.
And it's late in the season. You guys are banged up. How do you look injury-wise?
We were missing Braden Plogger and Blake Bills last week, which are 2 4-year starters, and they're both back this week. So hopefully that helps a little bit. And knock on wood, I think we have everyone else healthy at this point, which is rare for week 9.
So it's senior night here too. So all the distractions and everything that come with that. Tell me about some of the seniors on this team that have really kind of dedicated themselves to the Tiger way of life.
Yeah, and you have to give the senior group all the credit in the world. And like we've talked about, we have 14 seniors, and
Wow.
they're just great kids. Yes sir, no sir. Like maybe not the most talented as far as natural, but like anything you asked. And this has been one of my favorite years coaching. It's all credit to them.
Down to the nuts and bolts. What do you got to do to beat Point tonight?
I think it goes back to what we've always talked about, turnovers, penalties, limiting those. And the other thing, their offense is very deceptive. So really have to read keys. And if instead of running upfield, fighting pressure with pressure and stepping down if they get an opportunity to, and wrong arming blocks, and those little details and techniques make a big difference in a game like this too.
Good luck tonight, Coach.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
More of the pregame show after this here on CAS 45.
Welcome to Smith & Company Vintage Market, where you can find antiques, furniture, collectibles, primitives, Wise Owl paint, gift ideas, and so much more. We now have 2 amazing locations with over 300 vendor spaces. 1301 Colgate Drive, Marietta, and now in the Southgate Plaza in Parkersburg next to WVU Medicine. Give us a call for vendor information and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Smith & Company Vintage Market, a charming blend of old and new.
The Jackson County Community Foundation would like to announce award-winning and multi-platinum selling artist Amy Grant as the keynote speaker for their annual benefit dinner. Enjoy an evening filled with food, entertainment, and the motivational words of Amy Grant, Friday, November 1st at the Armory in Millwood, West Virginia. This event is made possible by area sponsors, with proceeds benefiting the Community Foundation's grant program. Seating is limited, so visit jccfinc.org for tickets and details. Welcome back to the pregame show. Brian Guthrie here with Point Pleasant head coach David Darst. And first off, Coach, congratulations. A pretty good season so far for your Big Blacks. You're coming off a string of wins here.
Well, thank you. You know, we kind of started out a little rough, had a couple of injuries, and then had a team cancel on us for the hurricane deal there. So that kind of put us behind the 8 ball. So we're down. We just only played 5 football games. So we're still kind of filling ourselves out a little bit, but real happy with what I saw the last 2 weeks out of our kids.
And currently ranked 8th in the polls, and like you said, you still have 4 games left to play. You're basically at the halfway point. So what do you like? What do you not like about your squad?
Well, offensively, I like what I'm seeing as far as just us being able to maintain and control drives and be a little more balanced in our offense. I think that starting out the season, we probably were more run oriented than what we should have been, and we're getting better at kind of keeping things mixed up a little bit. And we got a great running back here, Isaac Carrill. He's having a real good year so far. And my quarterback is really coming on, starting to run the ball well and throw it well. And defensively, not giving up the big pass. Early we gave up some big passes that kind of cost us. We were up 21-6 on Ripley High School at halftime and ended up losing the ball game. We should be 4-1 right now, but we're not. And our defense did a real good job last week against Warren Local. I thought that was probably their best game of the year. So, just trying to be solid in all those areas.
You're playing Marietta for a second straight year. It turned into a shootout last year. They're a power running team, a lot like you are. What have you seen on tape from the Tigers?
Well, exactly what you said. I mean, they do a great job with their running game, and their quarterback's a very athletic kid, and we got to know where he's at all the time. And he does throw the ball well too, we got to be able to handle the short passing game against those guys a little bit out in the bubble screens and things like that. And then for us, can we control the line of scrimmage on offense? I think we're going to have to be able to do that and be able to be efficient in that and set the tone for how we want to play football here tonight on the offensive side of the ball. And if we do, then I think we'll be okay.
All right, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you very much.
More of the pregame show after this on CAS 45.
Why choose one Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Hey guys, it's Eric and the gang here at Lemon Bears Power Sports, and we are filled to the max with Yamaha side-by-side. Like the Wolverine 850 as low as $12,499. Or the R-Maxes as much as $8,000 off MSRP.
Or take advantage of the 0% interest for 60 months. With over 30 units in stock, you're sure to find the right Yamaha side-by-side that fits your needs and your budget. Stop in for a test drive or contact us today and find your new Yamaha at Lemon & Barrett's Power Sports, your one-stop shop for all your power sports needs.
Back here at Don Drum Stadium, getting ready for kickoff between the Marietta Tigers and the Point Pleasant Big Blacks. Brian Guthrie, Bobby Roberts, happy to have you tuned in here. And Bobby, we mentioned the power running teams and talking to both coaches. For Point Pleasant, we're gonna call the name Isaac Creel a lot. Number one, you just mentioned it's hand him the ball and get out of the way.
You're right. He's a physical runner. He's a fast runner, and they put the number 1 on his jersey for a reason. They're going to hand him the ball a lot, and Marietta better pay attention to where the heck he's at in the lineup.
Only 5 games in the season, and he's already got some gaudy statistics already.
650 yards, 7 touchdowns. Well over 100 yards a game, and they've also got a quarterback, Caden Hill, that can run the football too, Brian.
So a lot of different ways that Point Pleasant can hurt you on the ground. Marietta the same way. Seth Britton, number 3 in the black and orange, is going to get the football a lot this evening. We saw that against Williamstown, so we'll see him. And then you heard the coaches talk about Drew Warden, the senior quarterback, getting better as the season goes on throwing the ball, but that's not the primary job of that's not his main job on the offense.
Right. His job is to orchestrate this running attack, whether that's giving the ball to Seth Britton or the youngster Kobe Alexander, who's got 469 yards on his own. And we see Marietta getting ready here to run out of the tunnel, Brian. That's the only place I'd rather be than right here with you.
No, anywhere there's a big inflatable helmet, that's where you want to go.
You're right. I'd like to be down there with the pads on, strapping my shoes up, ready to go crack some heads.
It's a great shot right there. That looks really good. And you got a crazy man with a beard and a flag out front. Ready to
I saw him when I came in, Brian, and I thought the Marietta changed their nickname to the Vikings.
We're happy that we have you along here for our, excuse me, our final high school football broadcast of this 2024 season. As here come the Big Blacks from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, member of the Twin State Leagues. They're the only West Virginia member of the TSL. And again, 3-2 on the season, and they are only playing a 9-game season with 1 cancellation. So they come in at number 8 in Class AA. And they're in good shape to maintain a playoff spot, but you never want to back into the playoffs. If you can get that home game in the first round, that's where you want to be.
And should they miss the playoffs, one game they're really going to kick themselves over was the Ripley game when they were up big and gave up a 21-point lead in the second half. Here come the Marietta Tigers.
Yeah, and we heard Coach Darst mention that Ripley game. We saw Ripley last week against Sissonville. It's a super talented team, but if you take your foot off the gas, those Vikings will bite you. So yeah, you're saying Point Pleasant's gonna maybe kicking themselves over that one. If that one ends up knocking them into the bottom 8 or out altogether. But a favorable schedule still in front of Point Pleasant. I believe they already did the coin toss, and Marietta is going to receive the opening kickoff. Again, it is senior night here. 14 seniors, not all of them, major players on this team. One guy we'll see back in uniform tonight, number 60 for Marietta, Blake Bills, missed a couple games due to injury. He's a big piece of that offensive and defensive line.
Right, and what I've noticed here when I look at the starting lineup for Marietta, Brian, the offense is very senior-laden. I see only a couple underclassmen, and they're juniors. But when you flip to the defensive side of the ball, you see some youth over there. You've got Zach Carver at defensive end. He's a sophomore. And you got Trenton McVeigh at corner. He's a sophomore. But still, you got all those seniors sprinkled in there. Blake Bills, Seth Britton. Seth Britton's playing big time on both sides of the ball, Brian.
Yeah, agreed. Carson Chavez, number 17, as well as number 22, Will Tornes, are the deep men to receive for Marietta here as we are seconds away from kicking things off. Marietta 5-3, Point Pleasant 3-2. Marietta clinging to hopes for playoffs. They got to win their last 2, this one and then next week at Warren.
very doable, Brian. Very doable.
So Alex Schrader will be the senior kicker for Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant in their white jerseys this evening for the Big Blacks. The team, so the football team goes by Big Blacks. It is the Black Knights for like the other sports, but they are the Big Blacks for football.
And I'm only slightly surprised that they're not the Mothmen.
Oh, that'd be super cool, right?
That would be super cool. Brian, I am excited. Thank you for letting me join you on tonight's broadcast. This is my debut.
Happy to have you here
in the press box.
Yeah, we've had you for basketball. You are our combat sports specialist, so we'll get you for wrestling coming up in December for the PHS South match.
And I have done plenty of boxing and MMA, and I think we're in for a slugfest tonight.
Oh, I like what you did there.
This is going to be a slugfest. And that's how these offenses run, Brian. When you run the wing tee and when you're a run heavy spread team, you jab, 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 you throw a straight right, and you set them up for a hook.
Tornes will return this one. Across the 15, about the 16-yard line is where we will see the Marietta offense come out, led by number 10, senior quarterback Drew Warden.
And let's talk a little bit about Drew Warden here. He is only 50 of 111, 45% completion percentage. He's got 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. But like we said, Brian, his job is to orchestrate this running game, not to win it with his arm.
So here's the wing tee, Warden under center. And it's going to be Alexander with the first carry of this game, and he is going to pick up about 5.
Kobe Alexander with a nice punch through the line there. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 5, Brian. And the pace that Marietta runs here, they always huddle up.
This is a ball control, eat the clock kind of offense.
Yes, just like a Salvador Dali painting, they want to melt clocks. And that was
fantastic. Seth Britton met right at the line of scrimmage and going to move the pile ahead and get the first down.
Yeah,
wow.
he was bottled up there and corralled by the Point Pleasant defense, but his leg driving, I believe I saw big number 71 in there pushing him down the field.
So the first down of the game goes to the Marietta Tigers. And did the lights go out?
The lights went out in the press box. At least we can still see the field, Brian.
Here's Britton again. He'll try the left side, and he is going to fight his way forward for about 8 or 9. Power run there for Britton.
And there he was again with that leg drive. He breaks through the initial contact, and then there was Big Teddy Bauer, the teddy bear. Big Teddy Bauer pushing him down the field, 6'2", 285.
Give Britton 9 on that one, 2nd and 1.
Let's give Teddy Bauer a few of those yards, too. Brian, it's a beautiful evening out here tonight.
It is crisp fall evening for football. Warden, quick snap, and he will go to the first man through the hole, and that is going to be, I believe that was Alexander.
Number 15, Kobe Alexander. Yep. And that's the thing with
He's going to lose a yard.
That's the thing with this offense, Brian. It's like a tornado in the backfield.
That's the wing tee is, I've been doing this for a long time, and the wing tee is one of the hardest ones to call because 4 different guys could have the football at any given time.
And there's a lot of sleight of hand going in there with the quarterback running the belly plays, keeping it in the fullback's belly. Again, he goes to number 15, Kobe Alexander, for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, he'll get that yard back, and he'll move the chains. And another first down for Marietta.
And this is what Marietta does, Brian. They own the clock, they hold the ball, and they limit your possessions. And that clock up there is just ticking away already inside 10 minutes.
When we saw them against Williamstown, each team only got the ball 3 times in the first half. Here's Britton. He'll try the right side. Got a little bit of room off tackle. And he is going to get another chunk of yardage, called about 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll give him 6. And now the lights are back on in the press box.
And usually, Brian, teams will run this wing tee because they have undersized linemen and such. But these Marietta linemen are quite formidable with Blake Bills back in there. Big Teddy Bauer, these guys are averaging 250.
Britton again, this time on the left. And we've got a flag down for the first time tonight as Britton will be near the first down sticks, and we'll see what this flag is going to be thrown at the line of scrimmage. Is this going to be a sideline warning? Oh. So a sideline warning on Point Pleasant.
Gonna have to get the get-back coach ready. Get back.
And that should be, are they going to mark it a first down or? This is.
In this first drive, I believe when Marietta played Williamstown, they drove down and took a 7-0 lead right away.
Yeah.
And the nature of this offense and the game plan that Marietta brings in, if they can get an early lead on you, they will sit on that as long as they can.
Yep. It's not built to come back from behind, but it's meant to just drive you into the ground. And we'll see the measurement here.
First down.
Got it by the nose of the football.
Marietta.
So another first down, 3 straight first downs for Marietta. And that was Britton. Good for.
And again, Brian, being the first drive of the game, this is eye-opening for these Point Pleasant Big Blacks. They don't see this wing tee very often, maybe once, twice a year, if that.
It's one of those things of look in the mirror. We power run, and now we're getting power run on as Alexander runs into a pulling guard in the backfield, and he is going to lose 2 yards.
That looked like big number 50 getting some penetration there and meeting the running back at the mesh point. That was number 50, Caleb Jones, the senior, 6 foot 245 for Point Pleasant.
Yeah, Britton, I don't know if it was Warden turned the wrong way, but Alexander ran right into a pulling guard, and that allowed the defensive line to get that.
Yeah, there was a little bit of friction there in the backfield, whether they stepped on each other's foot, just bumped into each other.
We'll see Warden in the shotgun for the first time, and he's going to roll out to throw here on 2nd and 12. And he completes that one over to Tornis.
He got his man. That was number 82.
22, Will Tornis.
22, Brian.
Yep.
Will Tornis, and he's the tight end. He is one of their leading receivers.
And that's going to be near a first down, maybe just a hair short, so it'll bring up 3rd and a couple of feet. 11. So
Will Tornis, that'll be his 13th catch on the year. And he's got 4 receiving TDs, so they do have some threats in the passing game.
So give him 11, 3rd and 1. Britton, left side, first down, and then some.
And, boy, it does not take much of a seam for Seth Britton to get loose in there, and that's why he's a 1,000-yard rusher early on in the season.
We're inside the 8-minute mark here of this first quarter, and this is the opening drive of the game. Another first down for Marietta.
And, Brian, they are just chewing the clock up here. They are in no hurry whatsoever.
Ground and pound.
That's it. Another MMA reference there with the ground and pound offense.
Here's Alexander. He'll try the left side. Not as much luck there, only about a yard.
No, if he got bottled up pretty quick there. But that's how this offense works, Brian. They're going to jab you, and then they're going to counterpunch you, go the other way on you.
You throw that haymaker. That's when you
and
you want over the top.
You think that's going to happen eventually, but with Marietta, I don't know if the quarterback arm strength is there. But when Point Pleasant gets the ball, that's something you're going to have to watch out for them. Their quarterback can sling it.
This is going to be a handoff, this time to 17, Chavez.
On the jet sweep.
And he'll try the left side out, and he'll be run out along the boundary.
Yeah, he came across the formation there, and Point Pleasant did a good job on their pursuit to the ball.
So only a couple of yards on that one for Chavez. So 3rd down and 6, the longest 3rd down Marietta has seen thus far.
But you got to think right here, Brian, we're probably in 4-down territory.
I would think so. Warden in the shotgun wants to throw it. It's a little comebacker to Britton. Britton makes the catch across the middle inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. First down, Marietta.
I did not see the route that 3 ran there, Brian, but
just a little release up the middle.
That looked very similar to one of the successful passing plays from the Williamstown game that looked similar to a tunnel screen, where your quarterback doesn't have to exhibit elite arm strength. He's just got to be accurate and deliver it with some touch.
Just little flip.
Very good little pass play there for.
Back under center, and it's Britton on the ground. Flags are down, and I think they're going to stop this play, and it's going to be an offsides, I think, on. I thought I saw offsides. We'll see what the official call is here.
And Brian, from
On the offense, number 8, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Offensive encroachment.
I've never heard of encroachment.
That's somebody lined up off.
He lined up off in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Must be. And one thing I was going to say, Brian, Marietta usually plays pretty clean football. They're not a highly penalized squad. They're very disciplined.
Did they move the ball back? 1st and 15. Yeah, they moved it back. All right, here's Britton right side, and he'll be down inside the 15 and tries to cut back to the middle of the field. He'll get that penalty yardage back.
And Marietta will always be happy with a 3-yard gain. 4 plays times 3 yards, that equals a first down.
That'll get you a first down all day long.
Every time. They just keep matriculating it down the field.
2nd and 11. I'll give him 4 on the carry as we approach 5 minutes to go. Warden wants to roll out and throw. Rolls to the near sideline, looking, flings it to the end zone, knocked away, incomplete. Was going to be incomplete, or was going to be out of bounds regardless, but
he gave his receiver a chance, and he did not give the defender a chance. He threw that ball where he needed to, where either his guy was going to get it or nobody was going to get it. Good effort there, safe play by the quarterback, Drew Warden.
So 3rd and 11, and again, we're more than likely in 4-down territory down here, Bobby. And out of the shotgun is Warden to throw. Snaps a little low, drops back across the middle, into the end zone, touchdown. Completed to Owen Riley across the middle for the 14-yard touchdown.
What a throw by Drew Warden on the little skinny post pattern there by Owen Riley. And that's the guy you want to look for in the passing game. If you're defending the pass against Marietta, you're going to want to locate – what was his name?
Who that made a catch? 14, Owen Riley.
Owen Riley. I almost called him Owen Warden because there's an Owen there's an Owen Warden down here, number 16. And hey, just while we were talking about the wing tee, run heavy, these guys want to come in, control the clock, run the ball, and we've got a touchdown pass to break.
Kick is up and good. 5:06 here in the first quarter. Opening drive of the game results in 7 for Marietta. It's the Tigers 7, Big Blacks nothing. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
7-0 Tigers here in the first quarter. A long drive to open things up. And Braxton Lang has it teed up to kick off for Marietta. Brian and Bobby high above the field here at Don Drum Stadium in Marietta. Senior night for the Tigers.
And in what we thought was going to be strictly a ground and pound game, Marietta comes out with a touchdown pass to start the scoring tonight. That kick is going to trickle into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
So we will see the Point Pleasant offense for the first time this evening, led by senior quarterback junior quarterback Caden Hill.
And Caden Hill, the lefty, not only is he a proficient runner, this guy can throw the ball too. So that's something to look out for when they're going to pound the rock, and they're going to try to hit you with some play action passes, just like Marietta did to them there on their first scoring drive.
So look for number 1 to be in the backfield, and that is Isaac Creel, and he is going to line up alongside his quarterback, Hill. And it'll be Creel right out of the gate, and hits that hole fast. A little pinball action, good for about 3.
And that's one thing that Isaac Creel is, Brian. He is fast. If he gets into the open field, goodbye.
So we'll see how patient Point Pleasant can be after they got I mean, literally, Marietta just shoved them down the field over the course of the half of the first quarter. We're going to do a jet sweep here to Hunt, Reese Hunt, and we've got offsides. Going to have a procedure penalty against the Big Blacks. Is going to stop this play and take away those yards Creel got on first down.
Yeah, and Brian, you're going to notice some differences, yet some similarities between these offenses. Even though the Big Blacks run out of the shotgun formation the majority of the time, they still use a lot of misdirection and counteraction plays to attack the defense.
2nd and 11 after the penalty. They'll go receivers each way, but a heavy line there, and it'll be Creel. Right over top his center, and he's going to get swallowed up not far past the line of scrimmage as number 71 in black, Teddy Bauer, in there to make the stop.
I want to call him Teddy Bear. He looks like a polar bear down there. He got into the backfield and swallowed up Isaac Creel quickly.
4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Tigers. First time Point Pleasant has the football this evening. Hill will roll near side to throw. The southpaw pumps once. Now he's going to pull it down and run it himself. There's the 20-25. They got him by the ankles, set up and knocked down. He's going to be short of the first down by about 5 yards. Dangerous there as he got hung up by the ankles and didn't go down, and that gave somebody a free shot at him.
Well, that was a really nice decision to tuck it and run. There was nothing there in the passing game, but I felt like he could have pulled that down a little bit early, been a little bit more decisive, and would have had a better chance to break that run and get the first down.
So 4th and 5, we'll draw our first punt of the game.
Who's back here deep, Brian? Is that Will Tornes? Is that
22? Yeah.
Number 22, Will Tornes back deep.
Tornes is going to take it out of the 32. There's the 40-45, and that is where the Tiger offense will come back onto the field. Leading 7-0 here, 2:53 left in the first quarter.
And Will Tornes did a good job there playing shortstop, catching that ground ball, not letting it kick past him and flip the field. So good field position here for the Marietta Tigers to begin their second drive.
Drew Warden getting his instructions from Coach Jason Shobe, and he will jog it out. Number 10 in orange and black. Great contingent of fans here from Point Pleasant to watch their Big Blacks play. Warden under center, and it'll be Kobe Alexander here on first down, and he will spin and push his way into Big Black territory to the 48.
And early on, this Marietta offensive line has established dominance over this Point Pleasant front. They're getting 3 to 4 yards before they're touching the running back.
They're knocking some big holes up there, and you can see number 60 back in there for Marietta.
And you know these running backs, number 15 and number 3, they love seeing them big bears move bodies in front of them.
Here is Seth Britton. He will work his way down to the 46-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down marker.
And these backs for Marietta, one thing I noticed, they always finish the run with some forward lean. They'll catch you with a little spin move at the end. They're always falling forward. And a lot of that boils down to big linemen coming and pushing behind you as well. But good running here early on for Marietta.
Steady diet of Seth Britton and Kobe Alexander. They are going to be the backs behind Warden, and it's going to be Britton, and he's going to be short. He's going to be a couple of feet short, it looks like, Bobby. He's just inside the 45. He needed the 44.
Yeah, they're going to mark that one just at the 45. It's going to be short by
no
about.
way you don't not go for this, right?
No way.
Don't not go for this.
This is a go every day.
It's good English, yeah.
This is a grunt every time.
1:20 on a rolling clock here in the first quarter. 7-0 Tigers. Warden, man in motion, goes to Alexander. Hit immediately, but will get just enough to move the chains and keep this drive moving for the Marietta Tigers.
Yep, and that looked like the quick hitter there. It looked like Seth Britton led through the hole there, and 15 followed him in there for a tough 2-yard gain, but just enough for the first down.
And that will get Kobe Alexander a play off.
And something I'm noticing here, Brian, it looks to me like as opposed to some of these spread teams that signal all their plays from the sideline, Marietta's more of an old school outfit, and they're running the plays in with a player each time. And again, that's one of the ways that they eat this clock up. We're about to go inside 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Play clock's at 15 before they come out of the huddle.
They are in no hurry at all.
And Braden Fry is going to get his first carry of the game, number 5. And
big number 60 with good penetration there to make the tackle for about a 2-yard loss. Connor Buckle, senior, 6'2", 260.
Knock him back to the 45, so Fry not so good on his first carry of the night. And 2nd and 11 for the Tigers. They're going to have to run at least one play as we're at 34 seconds and 15 on the play clock. Here's Warden, wants to throw, drops back, throws to the outside. Ball is complete to Lucas Miller, number 8 for Marietta. Is going to make a very manageable 3rd and about 5 yards, picks up about 6.
And Brian,
and most likely that's going to be how the first quarter ends.
And we talked about this earlier, Brian, before the game started, how Point Pleasant struggles to stop the pass. And you're seeing Marietta come out here a little bit out of character almost, and they've thrown it 5 times in the first quarter, 6 times maybe.
A 20-minute first quarter as Marietta leading 7-0 over Point Pleasant. We're back with the second after this. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
It's spooky season, so I'm getting my costume ready. But you don't have to be afraid of slow internet speeds or high prices with internet from CAS Cable. When you sign up for high-speed internet or bundle it with dependable cable TV, you can save up to $35 a month. This is one deal you can count on.
Don Stadium for the second quarter with Marietta leading 7-0. And with the football, Brian Guthrie, Bobby Roberts high above Don Drum Stadium. And the Tigers the playbook is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It is ground and pound and eat up clock. And this time, Point Pleasant was ready. And it's going to be no gain here on this 3rd down and 5.
Yep, number 69 there for Point Pleasant broke through, made some contact in the backfield and shut that one down. That brings up a 4th and 6 here, Brian. What's the play call?
I think you just do what you've been doing. I mean, any one of these runners can break it, Alexander or Britton or anything like that. So we'll see what the call here is on 4th and 6. Warden's going to go out of the shotgun and ready to throw. Drops straight back, fires to the far sideline. Over the head of the intended receiver, Chase Riley, and it is going to be a turnover on downs, and the Big Blacks come up with a big stop.
Big stop for Point Pleasant there and try to cut into this lead to answer the Tigers' score there. Quarterback Drew Warden there showed some good arm strength hitting, throwing that out pattern, just a little bit too much velocity and a little bit too high for his receiver to reel it in.
So back on offense comes Point Pleasant. And quarterback Caden Hill. Isaac Creel, the back alongside him, and too wide to the top of the screen. And Hill wants to throw. Hesitates, fires across the middle. Ball is complete, almost picked and dropped right near the first down marker.
An absolute dart by number 8, the lefty quarterback. He threaded that one through a tight window.
Reese Hunt makes the catch. It's an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for Point. Had time to look at about 2 or 3 different guys before he cut that one loose.
So much for ground and pound. These guys are wide open tonight, Brian. Pitching it all over the field.
Yeah, it's only 7-0. Here's Hill out of the shot or out of the pistol again, and they'll go with an end around. And nice run across the 45-40 and gone.
Gone. There was some of that wing tee, counter action, run out of the shotgun. That's kind of what Marietta wants to do to you. Get you to pursue one way, back the other way. Oh, and a flag on
and
the
it's going to
field.
come back.
What a
As
buzzkill for
Landon
that
Long
offense.
was taking it to the house. It is going to come back due to a hold. Ouchtown, bro.
Hey,
Population U.
And a well-designed play there by Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a little grab, a little tug. I didn't see it myself, but that one's coming back, fortunately for the hometown Tigers.
I was going to be like a 52, 53-yard touchdown run, but instead it will be 2nd and 12 for Point.
Was that number 5? Was that Andrew Whittington running that football?
21.
21.
Landon Long.
Landon Long. All right, here we go. 2nd and 13.
Here's Hill in the shotgun alongside Creel. Play clock is at 0, but they never really reset it, I don't believe.
Heavy running formation here.
Hill to throw. Goes to the far sideline, overthrows his man, almost picked off as Chase Riley was out there, had a shot at it, but just overthrown, and it'll be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, and quarterback there, Caden Hill, not afraid to throw this ball into traffic. He must really have some trust in his receivers.
Clock stopped at 10:23 here in the second quarter, 7-0 Marietta after scoring on the opening drive. Screen pass set up, and that is going to get blown up by the Tigers. It was complete to Creel, and ends up being a 2-yard loss.
Yep, number 88 and number 71 snuffed that one out efficiently. That play had no chance from the get-go. Better option would have been to throw that one into the ground, Brian.
And the Big Blacks are going to have to punt again for their 2nd time tonight here as the Tigers.
I don't see an 88 on Marietta's roster. Who's 88, Brian?
I have no idea.
Maybe that's Plogger.
So not the best bounce ever on the punt, and that is going to give Marietta the football at the 38.
And again, I figured a lot of this game would be played between the 40s, Brian, given the stature of both of these teams' running attacks. But fortunately for all of us football fans, we love the forward pass, and they're slinging it all over the place tonight.
Fan of it for about 100 years now, so if you guys could use that, that'd be super.
I expected 10 passes total from both teams tonight, and I think we've eclipsed that here just shortly into the second quarter.
Marietta going to try and extend out a drive this time. The last two have fizzled out, turned it over on downs. So they will start on the ground, and it is an end around as it was handed off to Chavez, Carson Chavez, and he is going to be strung out all the way to the sideline for no gain.
Yep, good pursuit there by the Point Pleasant defense, chasing Chavez all the way to the sideline, using that sideline as the 12th defender.
Progress stopped inbounds, so the clock will continue to run at 9:24 here in the second quarter. Only 7 points on the board thus far.
And you see that Marietta does a lot of substituting here. They're running multiple guys into the huddle each and every play.
Breaking the huddle at 10. They got to hurry up a little bit. Warden will go in the shotgun here on 2nd and 10. And we'll keep it on the ground. And it's Seth Britton, I believe, again. And he will squirt through the line out to the 40. Good for about 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Yep, head and shoulders down, and like a tunnel rat, he punched through the line there and got him a few extra yards. These Marietta running backs, again, they do an excellent job finishing the run, always with some forward lean and getting themselves that extra half to a full yard at the end of each run.
Looked like he was almost ready for some contact that never came and just got out over his skis and fell down.
Absolutely, just punched right through there.
Warden in the shotgun again on 3rd and 7 and drops to throw. Across the middle of the field for Chavez, and he's got it.
What a nice throw there.
Or is Owen Riley, I'm sorry, 14 is Owen Riley. Riley with a huge catch for a first down inside the Point 25.
And I believe Marietta's done their homework here and realizing that Point Pleasant struggles a little bit to stop the pass, because that was a beautiful ball on the post route by number 14, Owen Riley, with a great catch and a touchdown saving tackle there by the safety.
Got loose and man-on-man down the middle of the field, and Warden found him. Like you said, nice ball there. 1st and 10 Tigers with 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and Britton is shaking and baking and is down to about the 20.
And boy, when you can throw the football like that, and that's going to open up some holes for your running backs here. This Marietta team is playing with some real confidence right now offensively. Drew Warden's got to feel good about himself right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's spinning it tonight.
So 2nd and 5 as we're inside 7:35 until the halftime break. 7-0 Marietta, and trying to add on. Man in motion. Handoff is going to go to Kobe Alexander. Right down the pipe, and going to be near a first down at the 15, just about a yard short at the 16.
Yep, and again, I'll repeat it over and over again. That forward lean, fall in there to get you another extra yard at the end of the run. They are moving the ball efficiently this evening.
Marietta Tiger cheerleaders in the student sections wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Nice crowd here for senior night. Here's Britton, left side. He'll have another first down and near the 10. Probably going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Good strong run there by number 3 on the, looked like a little fullback trap coming in there. This offensive line is moving some earth tonight.
Yep, they're going to lay him down 1st and goal. How many yards does Seth Britton have on the ground coming into this game?
Coming into this game, 1,100 yards. Let's look at this here.
8 games?
1,103 yards.
8 games, 1,100 yards. That's not too shabby.
Nearly 6 yards per carry, Brian. And your goal's 3 yards per carry.
Yeah. Pitch is going to go to Alexander at the numbers. Turns up and is going to go down around the 3.
And what a good little 1-2 punch number 3 and number 15 is. Number 3 seems to be the slightly more powerful runner, maybe a little more patient. But, boy, when number 15 gets it, he punches it up in there quickly.
And they're going to hurry to the line here, it looks like.
And that's a rarity.
Well, nope. Now they're going to slow it up. And it looked like they were just running up to the line. But I don't think anybody knew what was going on.
Looked like a little bit of confusion there. It looks like number 8 brought the play call in there. Now got him squared away.
So now Warden will go under center, and it'll be Britton. And he's going to get nothing right there and have to like it a wall of white helmets waiting for him at about the 4-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Yep. The defender there getting up off the ground, number 11, it looks like did a good job getting leverage there. He got his pads lower. Hayden Bentz, he got his pads lower, got into the legs of the running back, and his buddies came and finished him off.
So 3rd and goal at the 4, and Marietta happy to take their time here and just keep doing what they've been doing. Alexander will go right side. Looked like he missed a big hole there, and
well, the quick
was that Hill or Robinson that made the tackle? 8 or 9? It might have been Hill.
The quick pitch there designed maybe to go wide, but as soon as he sees an opening there, you got to get north-south and get what you can.
If he'd have gone a little bit wider, I think there was a lane there, but I'm up here second-guessing everything. So 4th and goal at the 4. You don't want to you're going to change things up here, put your coach hat on and throw it, or you're just going to keep pounding away?
You know what, man, the way my quarterback's throwing it right now, I'm getting him out on the edge, giving him the option to run it or throw it. Maybe a little waggle to the wide side of the field, give him a little bit of opportunity.
Inside 10, I would imagine Coach Shobe is going to burn a timeout here as the play clock is under 5, and they're all still staring at the sideline. So Coach Shobe will burn a timeout here with 1 on the play clock. 4:17 here in the second quarter. Marietta 7, Point Pleasant nothing. Brian and Bobby, happy to have you along for the ride on a beautiful Friday night here in the River City of Marietta, Ohio.
I'll tell you what, Brian, I'm quite surprised with the amount of passes we've seen thrown here tonight. I'm impressed with the efficiency of the Marietta offense. They're playing with some real confidence tonight.
5-3 is Marietta, and again, you never talk about it too much, but if you want in the playoffs, you got to win this game. You're going to have to win next week too, but you can't do anything about next week if you don't win this one. So they are taking this game very seriously and want to make sure everything is done right. So here with a 4th down, they turned it over on downs last time on a 4th down, but they weren't 3 yards from pay dirt last time.
Lining up for the field goal, Brian.
All right, so color me surprised. So they will line up for a field goal as Braxton Lang is going to put it down. Or they'll put it down at the 10. Yeah, it's basically an extra point attempt. It'll be a 20-yard field goal.
And he drills it.
And Lang will put it through. So 4:14 until the break. Tigers add on 3 more. It is 10-0 Marietta over Point Pleasant. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Hey friends, this is Keith with Crown Decor and Gifts. It's time for our annual Fall and Halloween clearance sale, where you can save up to and including 50% off store-wide on all fall and Halloween decorations, wreaths, light-ups, yard art, clothing for children and adults, and everything you see. We have very few exclusions, and we're ready to rake out all of the fall decor to make room for Christmas. So creep on in for our Fall and Halloween clearance sale, going on right now at Crown Decor and Gifts. Welcome back to your happy place.
Lang tees it up for the Marietta Tigers. 3 men deep to receive for Point Pleasant here after the 20-yard field goal makes it 10-0. This one will come towards the near sideline and be caught around the 5-yard line. 10-15 and out to about that is Brady Bowen.
And you got to think that's a strategic decision there to kick that ball away from number 1. Kick it anywhere except to number 1.
One Creel was back there. Number 4 Hunt was back there as well. And just the one that is not them.
Now, if you're Point Pleasant, you're down 2 scores to a team that has owned the football for the majority of the first half. You've got to get the ball to one of your playmakers. You got to get number 1 involved, or you got to get Reese Hunt, number 4. You got to get one of your big play guys, get him in space.
Hill will hand it off here on first down, and it'll go to Connor Hatton. And Hatton is loose up the far sideline, 40-45, and out near midfield.
Or Connor Hatton. Let's get it to Connor Hatton out on the flank. Good run there by the senior, 6'1", 195. Somewhat forgotten about in my mind as this game has gone on, but there he shows.
I think it's the first time we've called his name, and he basically got you half the field.
Good run by number 17.
So 1st and 10 for the Big Blacks at the 49. Hill will put a man in motion. Hand it off to Creel. Creel straight up the middle, and he stumbled and just about broke the whole thing. Brought down by his ankles by Trenton McVeigh, but Creel had a head of steam, and he's got another big chunk of yards.
Yep, once he gets through that line to the second level, boy, he is tough to bring down. Good tackle there by the safety to save the touchdown.
And this, just in 2 plays, Point has flipped the field.
And this is the drive they needed. This is the answer they needed, Brian, to keep them in the football game.
So Hill in the shotgun alongside Creel. Looking to the sideline.
Connor Hatton, the flanker.
It looks like Hill is going to change the play here at the line of scrimmage with 2 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top. And he'll go to Creel. Got a little bit of a trap in the middle, and he'll get about 6.
Yep, and what we expected from the beginning, heavy dose of number 1, Isaac Creel, and he's really getting some traction on this drive. And I think the run there from Connor Hatton to the flank has opened up something here in the middle, because now you can't neglect that run to the outside.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup from Creel as we are inside 2:40 left to go until the half. 10-0 Tigers, but Point Pleasant is moving the ball well here. Here's Creel again, right side. Even after he's wrapped up, he gets another 5 yards as he's down to the 16-yard line. First down, Big Blacks.
Good leg drive, lots of yards after contact for young Isaac Creel here. He's a 6'1", 190-pound, good, strong runner with good speed. Looks like the Big Blacks still have all 3 of their timeouts here.
They do, and they'll go 3 wide to the top. And Hill is going to keep it himself, and not much there, right up the middle, a yard or 2, as we are at 2 minutes to go until halftime.
Slower developing there. That was a designed quarterback draw. Just nothing there for him.
So we'll see if Marietta can tighten down here. Up 10-0. As you mentioned, Point Pleasant with all 3 timeouts left. So plenty of time here on 2nd and 8. And flags.
Looked like motion on the offense there to me.
Yep, we're going to stop this play before it ever starts.
And now, as you get to 1:35, you close in on 1 minute left in the second quarter, and you're backed up here now 5 yards. Time does become a factor.
Yeah, it's an ill-timed penalty, if you will.
Ill-timed penalty. And both of these teams playing pretty clean football tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 flags the entire evening. Here we go. The clock continues to run, Brian.
Yep, after the reset the ball, start the clock. 2nd and 14 after the motion penalty, and it'll be handoff to one of the inside wings. And nothing there, and a loose football. Scooped up by the Tigers. Headed back the other way. It's Owen Riley. He's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line as Riley almost returned that fumble to the other end of the field.
And they ran the little inside trap to a guy that maybe does not normally carry the football. And a Marietta player got a hand on the football, popped it out, and it flew right to his teammate. Big carry to get the ball back on Marietta's side of the field. And now they've got a chance with 1:10 left to put another score on the board, Brian.
Owen Riley, right man in the right place at the right time. And could only be chased down by Caden Hill, the quarterback, to keep that points off the board. And the officials are having a little convo at the 25.
That's always a good feeling.
Yep.
When you're just trailing the play and all of a sudden the ball flies right into your hands.
So we'll see what Marietta can do here with 1st and 10, minute 10 to go at the 24-yard line. They still have 2 timeouts in their pocket. Warden will come out in the shotgun alongside Britton. And he wants to throw on 1st down, setting up the screen pass, and incomplete.
Incomplete to Plogger. He tried to run before he caught it, and he dropped a big gain.
How did Marietta get here? Let's take another look at that fumble. As you can see, you see here late in the play here.
The little trap.
And then it just kind of comes loose out there, and it's loose well before he goes down, and Riley scoops it up and heads back the other way. So here on 2nd and 10, Warden to throw again. Out into the flat. That is complete.
And a 17.
Chavez, and Chavez is going to be near the 1st down marker.
Catches a little out cut, lowers his shoulder, gets him another yard. Excellent play call there.
Yep, another 1st down as we are at 60 seconds flat.
And Plogger did drop the pass a few minutes ago, but he's the one that forced that fumble down here, so we're going to forgive him for that.
On the ground to Britton. Tries the left side, upended at the 12-yard line. Nice tackle there by Hayden Bentz.
Number 11, he might be a wrestler down there at Point Park or at Point Pleasant. I don't know, but that was a nice little submarine tackle. And
that's about the only way you can get Britton down cleanly is just get his feet out from under him. So at 48 seconds and 2nd and 9, Coach Jason Schob will burn his 2nd timeout. The Tigers knocking on the door here, up 10-0 after the big turnover by Point Pleasant.
A field goal here, Brian, to go up 13 would be huge, but to go up 17, a touchdown
would be more huger.
Would be more huger. It would definitely be a big deal for Marietta here, especially a team that can really take the air out of the ball and limit your possessions. So this is a big series right here. 2nd and 9. Marietta doesn't need it all at once. They've still got one timeout left, and as a consolation prize, a field goal is not terrible. Let's just not turn the ball over here.
Yeah. Just be careful with the football here. Point Pleasant does get the ball to start in the third quarter. So 48 seconds left. Coming up at the half, it looks like we've got both bands here, so make sure you hang out and then watch both the Point Pleasant and Marietta High School marching bands. We'll see what the Tigers can do here with 2nd and 9. Still one timeout left for Marietta. Warden to throw on 2nd down. Lots of time towards the end zone. Complete. Out of bounds is Owen Riley at the 5-yard line, but they will say he went out of bounds, awful close to staying in, but that'll stop the clock at 42 seconds.
And I'll tell you what, I am wildly impressed with the arm strength of this quarterback. I've watched a lot of video of this guy, have not seen this before. I mean, that's a tough throw right there, hitting these outcuts from the hash.
He's pitching darts tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's putting some sauce on the ball. He's throwing it well. His confidence has got to be growing.
So still 3rd and 2. And it'll be Seth Britton dancing and leaning in, and it's a Marietta touchdown.
And he turned on the power at the 2-yard line, lowered his shoulder, and bulldozed his way into the end zone.
You watch Seth Britton makes just a couple little jump cuts there, and there's the power you mentioned, just head down and getting into the end zone would not be denied.
He got a little payback on number 11 for that submarine tackle there earlier. He said, "You're going to hit me low again, let's do this." And he bulldozed his way in. Good run by number 3, and Marietta takes a commanding 16-point lead. Extra point is good.
Lang knocks it through with 36 seconds left. We'll keep it right here as Marietta goes up 17-0, 35 seconds before the half. Brian Guthrie and Bobby Roberts, happy to have you tuned in here at Don Drum Stadium. Again, coming up at the half, we'll watch both the Point Pleasant and Marietta High School marching bands.
And early on, I thought maybe Point Pleasant had the advantage in the explosive plays, Brian, but
that last drive they did. They flipped the field in 2 plays, and everything was looking good, and just lost track of the football, and all of a sudden Marietta's got a 3-score lead.
Drew Warden has put this team on his arm, and he's throwing it all over the field tonight. Excellent performance so far by number 10. It is early. 17-0 is not an insurmountable lead for a team like Point Pleasant. Again, 3 guys back deep here, and let's see, where's number 1 at that? Looks like he's out there in the.
Are they moving him around?
Yeah,
trying to hide him out there somewhere.
I would too, because clearly the game plan is to keep the ball away from him.
Lang has it teed up with 36 seconds left, and he will kick it deep, headed right down the middle.
Yep. And this is 37, I believe. That was
Brady Bowen.
Brady, but the kicker's doing an excellent job with his accuracy. They're kicking the ball to the guy where they want to handle it. Little skirmish down there on the field, getting a little chippy.
So Bowen got it out to the 28-yard line. So with 29 seconds left, as explosive of an offense as you have, and some guys like Creel and Hunt that you can do some damage with, do you just sit on it and go to the locker room knowing you're getting the ball back, or you see if you can break one?
I think you just spread them out wide, you split your guys out wide, and you run Hunt as many times as you can. He's going to pop one eventually.
Yeah. Still 3 timeouts.
Creel, I should say.
For Point Pleasant here. Hill in the shotgun alongside Creel. Hill to throw. The left-hander will heave it down the middle of the field, looking for Hunt, and almost knocked away, but complete to Hunt down the middle of the field. Owen Riley tried to knock it away, mistimed it, and just like that, Point Pleasant gets to the other end of the field with 21 seconds on the clock.
Nice throw there by the quarterback. That ball was in the air for 5 minutes. The safety came over, made a swipe at the ball. Just
took a huge swing at it. Yeah, missed.
And excellent concentration by Reese Hunt, the senior and leading receiver for Point Pleasant. And with 21 seconds left and 2 timeouts remaining, they are in business, Brian.
And Coach Darst wants to use one of his timeouts. So timeout Point Pleasant here with 21 seconds left. And again, over conservative me, it was like take a knee and go to the locker room. And they're like, just heave it down the field.
And there was a little bit of confusion on the Marietta defense there. 88 looked like he was lined up on the wrong side of the formation, and by the time he got back here to the near side of the field, he was completely out of the play. All right, 21 seconds. 1st and 10. The ball is at the 30-yard line.
All right, so here they've got 1st and 10 at the 30. Hill to throw again. Here comes some pressure. He's going to tuck it and step up, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line, and Point Pleasant will burn another timeout here at 12 seconds. Hill had plenty of time, had the protection, but that play took entirely too long,
yeah,
and nobody came open.
Maybe, Brian, in that situation, he was a little bit too patient. Maybe if the first look's out there, pull that down and get yourself up there and get 5 or 10 yards, which he got 5 yards, but he also ran about 10 seconds off the clock.
So 12 seconds remain. Marietta 17, Point Pleasant nothing. The Tigers, an opening drive touchdown, a midway second quarter or late second quarter field goal, and then a touchdown off of a turnover is where all the scoring has come from. Point Pleasant has punted a couple times and turned it over once. So we're talking about 3-4 possessions for each team here in the first half.
And you got to credit the Marietta game plan coming out here and being willing to throw the ball, even though you're not known to throw the ball.
Got to keep people on their toes.
You have to do it. You got to play the tendencies, and you see that Point Pleasant struggles to stop the pass. They gave up, I can't tell you, 300 yards passing last week. So, and it appears to me that this could be one of the best days Drew Wharton has had this season throwing the football.
He has been whipping it around there nice.
So we've got a series that's going to be.
Had he not had a drop and one that kind of sailed on him, he'd have a bunch more passes.
Absolutely right. So 13 seconds left, Brian. 2 plays at least, potentially a third, depending on how quickly they can.
You take a shot, or you just.
I think you got to throw one to the end zone. I would throw one to the end zone here, and if you don't catch it, it goes out of the end zone. And they're running.
They're going to run it on the ground.
Cross action, and not a great play call there. You actually lost yardage.
Brady Bowen on the carry. Not much there. Trying to catch Marietta off guard, giving it to somebody they may have not been looking for. Nothing there. A couple seconds click off the clock.
I just think.
And a Point is going to have to burn their last timeout.
Yep. Down here, when you're in the area where you can score, I'm thinking I got to get that ball to number 4 and number 1 at all costs. Number 1 has to get a touch here.
Yeah, this will be the last timeout for Point Pleasant.
And the thing I have noticed
now you got to throw it.
Yeah,
you can't. I mean, you had a chance to run it when you had a timeout. Now you have to throw it.
Just looking over Point Pleasant's season stats here, this is hard for me to believe. Isaac Creel has 0 catches.
Really?
He has not caught a pass. At least that's what it says on here, and that's just crazy for me to believe that a guy that talented out of the backfield, you got to find ways to get him the ball. So here we go. 10 seconds left.
So it's third down. So you've reasonably got 2 shots here, but you're going to have to throw it quick.
Right. It's got to go to the end zone.
And it either has to be incomplete or a touchdown. That's it. You're out of timeouts now.
And he's got plenty of arm strength to get it there.
Here's
Can
Hill.
the line give him time? 71.
Throw it towards the end zone and knocked away, incomplete. Overthrew his man.
Good.
And knocked out of bounds, incomplete. 5 seconds left. 4th down. Last shot for Point Pleasant.
Good pressure there by number 72 for Marietta. Let's see who number 72 is. He punched through the line there as the left-handed quarterback. Zach Carver with a great play to put some pressure and make the quarterback throw that ball a little sooner and probably a little high.
It looks like they're going to line up and try a field goal here to be a 40-yarder.
he's going to put this down at the 30-yard line. You're right, a 40-yard kick here.
And this is Alex Schrader,
and he's
the senior kicker.
18 of 23 on extra points. I don't see the field goal scoring here.
So 40-yard field goal attempt for Schrader. It's got plenty of distance.
He drilled it.
Knocked it through with room to spare, and as the horn sounds, Point Pleasant gets on the board with a 40-yard field goal, and they will go to the half 17-3, and Point Pleasant will get the ball to start the third quarter. That is how the first half comes to an end. Stay with us as we'll see both the marching bands here from Point Pleasant and Marietta High School. 17-3, Marietta leads Point Pleasant at the half. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union here on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
A big hand for the Marietta High School Marquettes. At this time, let's give a Marietta welcome to the Point Pleasant Black Band Marching Band. Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming at this time the Marietta High School Marching Band, the Wall of Sound. The Wall of Sound is led this year by drum major Daniel Atwater and is under the direction of Mr. Eric Stats, with assistance and color guard from Allie Jones, brass Blake Carl, visual stage Gibbs, and percussion Marshall Smith. This evening for your halftime entertainment, the Wall of Sound will be performing a portion of their state qualifying 2024 halftime show, Escape the Chains That Bind You. Tomorrow, the Wall of Sound travels to Dresden, Ohio for the Tri-Valley Invitational Band Competition. And on November 2nd, the band will travel to Medina High School for the Ohio State Marching Band Finals. Good luck to the Wall of Sound in all of their travels. Also, plan to stick around after this evening's game for a full performance of their state qualifying 2024 competition show, Escape the Chains That Bind. hear it one more time from the Marietta High School Wall of Sound. Again, please play this.
When you call the Basement Doctor West Virginia, you know you've called the right place. We'll help you solve the worst problems in your basement or crawl space, from bowed walls, cracks to water, mold, and more.
Our experienced and well-trained crews will carry out the repairs, leaving you with a drier, cleaner, healthier, safer, and more energy-efficient home. Plus, you get a lifetime transferable warranty.
You can trust the Basement Doctor of West Virginia. Call now at 877-DRY-TIME or visit basementdoctorwv.com.
Last fall, I went to a West Virginia game, and I had a hard time getting up the steps. I knew something was wrong. My cardiologist sent me to Dr. Kister in Parkersburg. When I met the man, I was totally at ease. He explained every option and what was best for me. He was gentle, kind. He made sure I knew what was going on. The care I received was remarkable. I was a nurse for 36 years. And I have never, in any hospital I've ever been in, and I've had many surgeries, received the care that I received at Camden Clark. I just feel wonderful now. I'm able to do things I haven't done for years, like walking and just simple everyday things. I would come to Camden Clark again. Here I am a few months later, feeling great and grateful. And the next time I go to a West Virginia game at Mountaineer Stadium, I'm going to walk up those stairs a little bit easier.
Back here at Don Drum Stadium at the half, it is Marietta 17, Point Pleasant 3. Brian Guthrie, Bobby Roberts, happy to have you along for the ride. And Bobby, Marietta, got the has the 17-3 lead. Remember, Point Pleasant has had a touchdown taken off the board due to a holding penalty. They've had some great big chunk plays, but just have not been able to cash in. They'll get the ball to start the third quarter, but it's I mean, just for morale reasons, it's got to be big to get some points here on this opening drive of the third.
Right, and the field goal they got to end the first half could play a big key coming down the stretch here if they can get a score to open the half. The two plays that stick out in my mind is the long run that got called back and then the turnover. That really hurt the Big Blacks. That was two key plays. Of course, you took points off the board, and then also you turned the ball over down near the red zone. So Marietta's playing good. I thought these guys were going to come out here, be run heavy wing T all night, and their quarterback's just throwing it all over the field. It's like an air raid out here.
To their credit, Marietta has set on the ball for the vast majority of the first half. Ate most of the first quarter on that opening drive that put the first 7 points of the game on the board. But you mentioned Drew Warden, the senior quarterback, has been throwing some missiles here tonight, and outside of a couple of drops has been on the money just about every time.
Yep, and you can imagine they're going to try to melt this whole clock off the second half, and they're very disciplined with the ball. They don't knock on wood. They don't put the ball on the turf. They haven't been turning it over, and they've only been penalized once, maybe twice, Brian.
And that was a big thing that happened against Williamstown. It was, as the Yellow Jackets came back late on the Tigers, forced Marietta into a couple turnovers, ended up sealing that game for Williamstown as Marietta had them almost the whole way, and then just a couple of turnovers and a couple of bad penalties, and all of a sudden they're on the losing end of the stick.
Yeah, and I think for Point Pleasant to be effective, you got to get the ball to number one. You got to feed number one,
Isaac Creel,
because he's been very effective. He's definitely the fastest player on the field, probably the best player on the field. You can get it to number 4, but you got to get it to your playmakers. Okay, when you're in critical situations, you're not going to throw anybody off by running a sweep to a guy that's got 5 carries on the year. You need to get you need to get the ball in your playmakers' hands and let them work.
I think patience is going to play a big role in this. It's Point Pleasant's going to have to be very workmanlike. I mean, it's 17-3 is not an insurmountable lead. It's not like you got to score fast and furious. You've got 24 minutes to get a couple of scores back, but you're going to have to get some stops on the defensive side.
Right, but you can also see this is a weapon for Marietta, how quickly they can take 10 minutes off the clock. One drive, and they can melt a whole quarter away. So this is going to be a critical drive here for Point Pleasant to open the second half, and any type of points would be great, but a touchdown gets them really, not that they're out of the game, but that gets them back in the game for sure.
There you see the displays. It is senior night, 14 seniors on this team for Marietta tonight and got some great displays out there in the concourse celebrating all the seniors down there for Marietta. Captains are back out at the middle of the field. Marietta received the opening kickoff, so Point Pleasant will take it to start the third quarter. And again, you mentioned Isaac Creel. He's the guy. He has started kind of slow, and then in just a couple of runs, it seems like he either found some space or got some confidence or something, and just as soon as he got through the hole, he was gone. It's the linebackers aren't going to catch him, and the secondary guys, if they take a bad angle, they're not going to get him.
Right, and he has yet to catch a kickoff here. They've put him back deep each time.
Kicking it away from him.
That kicker's definitely kicking it away from him. So here's something you could try. Put two guys back deep, and then as soon as that kicker approaches the ball, you flip him. And hopefully he kicks it right to number one and get the ball in your playmaker's hands. So let's see what happens.
Let him be the only one back there.
That's it.
You got to either kick it short. Braxton Lang, number 44, is the kicker for the Marietta Tigers, and he will tee it up to get things going here in the second half. Again, a three-man return squad back there for the Point Pleasant Big Blacks, 3-2 on the season, only playing a 9-game season this year, ranked 8th currently in Class AA. Marietta at 5-3. They've lost their last 2 games. They have to win this one and next week at Warren to get themselves into a playoff spot.
We are about to get underway. Kicker puts the ball on the tee.
So back there, they've got 37 in the middle. That is Bowen, I believe. Brady Bowen.
I can't see the numbers, but I don't think I see number 1 out there.
I think number 4, Reese Hunt, is back there as well.
And this kicker,
and it's going to be Bowen again. He'll take it at the 7, dropped it, but have to scoop it back up. And now he's coming up the middle. Now he's got a few blocks out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, and that is where they are going to start. Will Tornes making the stop for the Marietta Tigers.
And that is Bowen's best return of the evening. Marietta has done a good job on kick coverage, keeping Point Pleasant inside the 30-yard line. They haven't started any of their drives that came on kickoffs with good field position.
So we'll see junior quarterback number 8, Caden Hill. The left-hander. He'll be alongside number 1, Isaac Creel. And it'll be a handoff jet sweep here to Reese Hunt, number 4. And he is going to get about 4 or 5 on that first down run.
Yep, and you'll take that all day. That's one of the guys you want to get him a few more touches here in the game. He's had a couple catches down the field. He's definitely an explosive player for Point Pleasant, and that's a good start to the drive.
Run one of those sweeps where he comes in motion. He's got a head of steam when he catches the football.
Yep, he's got good speed, too.
2nd and 5. This will be Creel. Space up the middle. 40 and out to the 43 and a first down for Point Pleasant.
And 17 there.
Chavez.
Carson Chavez does a good job hanging on to that freight train when he got through there. He did all he could to hang on and get number 1 to the ground. He is an explosive runner, and he's been very close to popping one here a few times.
Yeah, he's hitting those creases awful hard. So 1st and 10 for the Big Blacks, trailing by 14. Creel again. This time wrapped up, but still got away. He should have been dropped after about a 2-yard gain, and end up he was going to get about 7 out near the midfield stripe.
And really the game plan here in the second half is pretty simple for Point Pleasant. Just keep feeding number 1 until his legs won't go no more. And they keep pounding that rock up the middle. That's going to open up the play-action pass, and we're going to see him hit number 4 down the field here shortly.
Owen Riley for Marietta has to check out, and he heads immediately to the bench, getting looked at by one of the trainers. So 2nd and about 4, 10.5 to go here in the third. Hill will put his man in motion. It is Hunt. They will hand it to him on the end around. He will spin around and get the first down. Now stood up and knocked back, and they will give him forward progress out to, they'll get down to about the 46, and that'll be a first down for Point Pleasant. Hard running there for Hunt.
Yep, another good carry there for Reese Hunt, number 4. He is definitely a playmaker for these Point Pleasant Big Blacks, and when he comes around that end with a head of steam, he's tough to stop, and that's going to open up these middle runs for number one as well. When you got to see that action go in both directions.
Spread your ends out a little bit and try to help contain on the edges. That makes some more room up the middle.
Yep, and if you get a linebacker or a safety, chasing the jet sweep around there, and number one pops through the middle.
Yeah, only 3 down linemen for the Marietta defensive line. And Hill will run it to the far sideline and head out of bounds after a short pickup.
Yep, and
design quarterback run. So discretion, the better part of valor, and he'll pick up a couple of yards.
And Caden Hill, the quarterback, he is quite a formidable runner there at 6'1" and listed at 195. Physical football player.
Receivers each way for Hill on 2nd and 8. Clock at 9:42 here in the third. Here's Creel. Stood up, spun around, and going to get about a yard or so as Marietta does a nice job of, when one guy's not going to bring him down, they're standing up waiting for reinforcements.
Yep, and that's what you got to do with a running back like that. He's not going to go down at first contact, but you got to stop him, and then you got to gang tackle. You got to swarm to the ball just like Marietta did there.
And a flag down on the field right at the end of the play, so we will see what this call is going to be. Personal foul on Point Pleasant.
And something that we didn't see there, but clearly the officials saw something there that got some laundry on the field, and that is going to set Point Pleasant back substantially here. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Dead ball. That's third down. I was going to say that down counted.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure,
It was a dead ball penalty. You're right, Brian.
So it is third and forever. Third and big lots for Point Pleasant. They'll hand it off to Creel, and he'll get about 5 or 6, but it's still going to be 4th and long for Point Pleasant. Yeah, the officials are holding up 4th down.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
And
the marker still says 3rd. The scoreboard says 4th. I'm pretty sure the officials all said 4th. But they're at the 47-yard line, 48-yard line.
What I'm most impressed about, Brian, is you can see that yard marker over there. You can see the down marker.
So it's 4th down.
And 15.
And 15. And now Coach Durst.
Yeah, I'm confused, Brian's
confused.
confused.
Coach Durst is saying, is it 3rd down or is it 4th down? Because the stick says 3, the scoreboard says 4. And now the stick says 4, and now they're going to punt.
Well,
I think they were going to go for it because they thought it was 3rd down.
And I would say the Point Pleasant coach over there is going to be upset because he thought it was 3rd down. That's why he ran the football.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm pretty sure
he thought it was 2nd down. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, it's. But after the penalty, I'm pretty sure the official said it's 3rd down.
Right, here we go. They're lined up.
So they're lined up to punt it away here. So a huge turn of events, a huge personal foul flag derails the Point Pleasant drive. And now they'll kick it away under some pressure that will kick at the 20. And Tornes lost track of it, and he's going to have to fall on it at the 13.
Yep, he didn't do as good fielding that ground ball there, but he did do a good job covering the football. You know, he kept it outside the 10. Avoided the big mistake. But you're right, Point Pleasant has just shot themselves in the foot 3 or 4 times tonight, and that's hard to overcome.
Yeah, if this outcome holds, and still there's better than a quarter and a half left to go, but you're going to watch the film and you're going to kick yourself. You know, we took points off the board. We had a nice drive and then a personal foul.
Yep, and here comes
the Marietta offense. A busted play here as Warden went to hand it off and there was nobody there, and he is going to throw it into the Point Pleasant bench before he gets flattened.
That's
a heads-up play. You got it outside the box. You got it to the line of scrimmage, so no intentional grounding.
Good senior play there. Not taking a big loss, not putting the ball in danger, not getting yourself a penalty.
He turned around and handed it to somebody, and there wasn't anybody there.
It's a lonely feeling, Brian.
I'm sure it is. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers at their own 13-yard line. Britton is the standing up back. Alexander's got his fist in the ground, and it'll be Britton. With room to run, he's out to the 20. And it'll bring up third down and about 3.
Good strong run there. He hit the hole hard, made a little cut to the outside, found 2 defenders for a little 8-yard gain, 7-yard gain. 3rd and 3. This is doable for Marietta here, and this is how they melt the clock, Brian. 3 yards a pop.
Yeah, first down here would be big. You get points trying to get a 3 and out here, and it'll be Britton. He's into traffic, and he's not going to get it. He's going to be awful close. Boy, I thought he went down, but he stayed on his feet. He's going to get out to the 25, and that's going to move the chains. What a big first down for Marietta.
What an effort by number 3. I thought for sure I saw the man
I thought he
roll
went
on the
down,
ground.
yeah.
He did a good job getting a hand on the ground, but no knee, no hip, and picks up the first down, moves the sticks.
And keeps that clock moving at 7:24 in the third quarter, 17-3. Marietta leads Point Pleasant. They have led the whole way here since the opening drive of the game, putting 7 on the board.
He made nothing. He made something out of nothing there, Brian. There was nothing.
This is Kobe Alexander. He will maneuver side to side out across the 35 and then close to another first down.
Shake and bake. And these backs for Marietta, they do not dilly-dally around in the hole. They don't go east-west. They're not running the sideline. These guys catch a seam, and they get north-south quickly.
Going to call him just short, so 2nd and short. And that clock continues to roll.
Yep, this Marietta offensive line is earning their paycheck tonight.
Coach Schob doesn't even send the play in until the clock's at 20 on the play clock. Warden on 2nd and short. And I believe that is Alexander, and he will have another first down for Marietta.
And the thing is, right now, the way Marietta's running the football, you've got to respect number 15 and number 3, as well as the quarterback's arm. So they're just matriculating it down the field, like Hank Stram said. 1970s Kansas City Chiefs, and I believe the late 70s Chiefs ran some wing T. So
that's more than likely.
Yep, look at that clock just tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
Inside 6 minutes already.
So patient. Warden brings him to the line. It'll be Britton. Gets through the first wave, got through the second wave, 45 midfield and into Big Black's territory, and another first down.
And that was number 3's best run of the night.
That was solid.
The patience, the admirable patience there. He was behind his lineman. He let them maneuver up in front of him. He found a little crease, and he turned a 3-yard gain into a 12-yard gain. Boy, Marietta is playing some confident football here, and if they can melt this third quarter away, it's going to be, and put points on the board, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for the Point Pleasant Big Blacks to get back in this thing.
Man in motion, handoff goes to Alexander. Pinballs his way inside the 40, down to the 38 for another 8-yard chunk.
Yep.
And the only thing worse than Marietta burning time off the clock is if they can put some more points on the board.
Yeah, they're getting lots of yards after contact. Point Pleasant tacklers just not wrapping up, not gang tackling. And Marietta being very effective here midway through, better than midway through the third quarter.
And again, the play clock is down to 20 before Coach Schob sends the runner in. Here's Britton, right side. Changing directions and wiggles his way down to the 29-yard line. Another Marietta first down. They're collecting first downs like I collect parking tickets.
Boy, this Marietta offense, man, they're just like a fundamentally sound boxer. They're going to stick you with the 1-2 and stick you with the 1-2, and then eventually they're going to catch you with a hook down here.
If it's working, keep running it.
And they will keep doing it. That's the thing with this wing T. They'll just run the same doggone play over and over and over.
And Coach, you can see Drew Warden out there. He's high-fiving every single guy in that huddle. It's like, you guys are doing the work. You're doing the job. Just keep pounding away. And that is what they will do, as it's Kobe Alexander again.
And there was some good penetration by number 9 from Point Pleasant, but he ran right by the ball carrier.
Down to the just outside the 25, 26-yard line. It's going to be good for about 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
And boy, that clock, Brian.
Just
going away.
Ever so slowly. Just burning away.
2nd down, 7 yards.
I'm trying to remember when they got this ball.
26-yard.
What was on the clock when they got the ball after the punt?
I want to say 9 minutes.
Has it been that long?
Not,
My goodness. This is Britton. He stood up at a wall, and second effort will get him through and inside the 20 and near the sticks. Wow.
Now I'm beginning to wonder if it's patience that are getting these yards or just shoddy tackling.
I think it's a little from column A and a little from column B.
I think
Point Pleasant's not doing anything to help themselves here now. 3rd and 1 for Marietta. And again, you can see Drew Warden out there.
Passing out high fives.
Yep. Patting on backs. It's like, you boys you're killing it. You're killing it. Stay at it. They don't want to bang into us anymore. Here's Alexander. Just enough for a first down, 2 or 3 yards. Mark him down at the 17. First down, Marietta, and that's gonna eat another couple of minutes now for a set of downs.
And kudos to both of these running backs. They've got Kobe Alexander listed at 5'10", 195. Seth Britton at 5'11", 190. These are two.
They run much bigger than that.
These are two powerful runners. Like I said, they finish every run. They've always got forward lean, and they're driving defenders backwards.
They are literally keeping it between the hashes.
And if they continue this pace, they might expire this third quarter on this drive.
Yep.
Unless
Britton punches it in. He's inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Marietta. Britton had one man to beat and is drugged to the ground by Hunt. And 1st and goal, Tigers.
He does a good job getting in there behind those linemen, and he just hides. And then once he sees a little crease,
puts that hand in their back, and my goodness. We're inside 2 minutes to go as Marietta has absolutely devoured the clock here in this third quarter.
This is a wing T football clinic. I wish I knew the verbiage.
Take notes, baby.
And this is what the offense is designed to do.
Break your heart and your ankles. Here's Britton. He'll get a yard or two. 90 seconds left in the quarter.
A little better effort pursuing the ball there by the Big Blacks defense.
Now they're going to mark it as no gain. About 7.
And again, here comes the play in. 20 seconds on the play clock.
2nd and 6. Here's Britton. Got a little cross buck action there, and he'll take it down to the 1. 3rd and a couple of feet.
Yep, this running attack is doing its job this evening, and I think part of what set that up is how Drew Warden's been throwing the football. You've got to respect that,
Yeah,
too.
you can't sell out on it. You can't bring the safeties up and cheat everybody in because
Now, normally, if you're in a tight game or something and you need a big play, you're going to use some play action. But when you're running the ball like this with
No
a
reason
lead,
to.
there's just no reason to put it in the air.
3rd and goal from the 1. It'll be Alexander, and Kobe Alexander is into the end zone. Marietta touchdown. 13 seconds show on the clock here in the third.
Another second effort there by number 15. And 9 got really good penetration there. Grabbed the quarterback, should have grabbed the running back. And by the time he did grab the running back, it was just too late. 15 had the forward lean and hits pay dirt.
Kobe Alexander, his first score of the evening, makes it 23-3. And the extra point is up and good. 13 seconds remain in the quarter. It is Marietta 24, Point Pleasant 3. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
This is Jim Staley. From my 44 years of handling car wreck cases, I know that many people don't carry enough auto insurance to protect themselves and their families. That's risky and can lead to financial disaster. You can't rely on the driver who caused the wreck to protect you. You must protect yourself. If you don't know if you are adequately insured, call your local agent or call me. I'll review your policy for free and share my thoughts and experience.
They are trying to kick away from Reese Hunt, number 4. He got moved back to the middle, so they're trying to kick it to the sideline, and it'll go out of bounds. So Point Pleasant will get pretty good field possession here with 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Now down 3 scores. Brian and Bobby, happy to have you tuned in here for our final high school football broadcast of the season. And Marietta High School has put on a cling here running the football, Bobby.
Yeah, they've just melted the clock. They've retained possession of the ball. A couple of these drives have approached 10 minutes in elapsed time, and it's hard for Point Pleasant to score if you don't have the football.
Caden Hill in the shotgun. Isaac Creel right behind him. They will feed Creel. He'll try and look for somewhere to go. Now changes direction and comes all the way to the sideline and is going to be brought down after a gain of about 6. And Tornis in there as well as Britton making the stop. But Creel went almost sideline to sideline there.
Yep, and he showed a little bit of speed there, but Marietta showed good pursuit angle, getting out there, one man getting a hold of him, and then number 3, Seth Britton, came in and cleaned it up.
And that'll be how the third quarter ends. We'll go to the fourth. Marietta leads Point Pleasant 24-3. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union at CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
Senior night at Don Drum Stadium has been good to the Tigers thus far. 12 minutes left to play in this game, and it is a 3-score lead for Marietta High School. Point Pleasant Big Blacks with a 2nd and 3 at their own 42-yard line here, trying to get something going and going quickly.
And they've got to do something here. They're pretty much in dire straits right now, down 3 scores with 1 quarter left to play, and Marietta can melt a quarter away in one drive.
And an inside handoff, ball loose, but they're going to say the runner was down, and now we've got a Point Pleasant player slow to get up.
Looks like number 17.
That may have been the ball carrier.
Connor Hatton looks like Connor
I think
Hatton.
Hatton may have been the ball carrier, but they're going to say 3rd and 1 for Point Pleasant, and this you hate to put too much weight on a yard, but they need this one.
Well, you're in 4-down territory the rest of the game, but this is a critical play for Point Black to extend this series.
Creel is sunk at the 40.
Number 15, Kobe Alexander, Marietta's leading tackler, submarines in and takes the running back down 4 yards deep in the backfield. What a great play by number 15.
Holy cow. You want to talk about reading a play the whole way, and now Point Pleasant is going to punt.
He was shot out of a gun, Brian.
Yeah, he was. Came out hard.
All right.
Coach Shobe is, Point Pleasant is showing punt. Coach Shobe is yelling, you're going to play straight defense because we're ready for a fake here.
Yeah, they're not even going to put a
4th and 4.
returner back.
And everybody in the building knew Creel was getting it, and Alexander got there first. And Point Pleasant will kick it away with no return man. And that will head towards the far sideline inside the 10 and go out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
And that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing, Brian. That makes a long field for Marietta. But if they can sustain a 93-yard drive, the game's going to be over.
The game's going to be over, yeah. So this is a huge defensive. One of your best defensive players is your punter. So he's got Marietta pinned back. He did his job. So now the Big Blacks defense has got to get this Tiger offense off the field.
Boy, what a tackle by number 15. That was he got through there quickly.
And official timeout got called.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion on the field.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10, Marietta at their own 7-yard line. On the ground to Britton. And he will keep the pile moving out beyond the 15-yard line, and he'll get about 8 or 9.
Yep, and that's a really good thing when you see 2-3 of your linemen 10 yards downfield.
Oh, yeah.
Not just pushing your ball carrier, but pushing defenders out of the way. This offensive line is earning their bread tonight.
Yeah,
Brian.
and you ask an offensive lineman if they'd rather run block or pass block, and they will. I would wager about 90% of the time tell you run blocking because you're just shoving somebody down the field. It's all you got to do.
Yep, these guys are having fun out here tonight.
Britton and Alexander are the running backs. Warden under center. He will go to Alexander this time. He will spin through the first tackle, out to the 19, and a first down for Marietta.
Nice little run there by number 15. And again, even when the Big Blacks get a little bit of penetration and hit these guys at the line of scrimmage, they finish the run. They always pull off a little spin move and get a little forward push, get that extra yard.
So there was 10-something on the clock when Marietta got the ball.
Yes.
Right?
And it is melting away quickly. Play comes in. Play gets to the huddle at 15 seconds left on the play clock.
Warden under center. And here's Britton and a flag down, and they're going to stop the play. And we got a false start on Marietta. They have not been victimized by their own penalties too much tonight. It has been a bugaboo for the Tigers this season, is a lot of penalties. And it has cost them a couple of games, but not so much tonight. But an unfortunate one there with the false start. As it stops the clock, makes it 1st and 15.
And I was bragging on how disciplined they were.
The old announcer jinx, buddy. Welcome aboard.
And again, boy, Marietta, they are just taking their time, watching the grass grow out there.
And fun fact, that stuff doesn't grow.
And it's gray.
And it's gray.
It's gray. Here we go.
Britton flags down again. Britton is going to keep scooting.
Breaks a long one
20,
off.
25 out across the 30, far sideline, 40. There's 47-yard line and will slide down inbounds. We'll see what this flag is. This may all be coming back. They didn't stop the play.
Yeah, looks like the officials got the ball.
We're all coming back.
He's headed back. Most likely a hold.
Yep, it's an illegal shift on Marietta, so 1st and 15. It's going to be 1st and 20. So here's fun fact. They lost 5 yards, but the clock kept running.
Right.
So
that's just 5 more yards to run more minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
So course, you never want to be penalized. You never want to move backwards. But, again, when you're running the football like Marietta is, can't bother you that much at this point in time.
So 1st and 20 after back-to-back 5-yard infractions. But the clock edges closer to 8 minutes to go in this ball game. It'll be Alexander. He'll just get across the 10 to just short of the 12-yard line, so a minimal pickup on 1st down.
And again, Kobe Alexander, number 15, he's more of a straight-ahead plunge into the line type of runner, where Seth Britton, number 3, has showed a little more patience, willing to
elusiveness,
willing to hang out a little bit behind his blocks before he makes a decision where to put his head. Play comes in with 15 seconds on the play clock.
Again, this drive started at the 7, and they moved it forward and then moved it back. Here's Britton, and he is going to try and reverse his field. He's going to get back to about the 18-yard line, so it'll make it 3rd and 11. And we haven't seen Warden cut one loose yet because that'll stop the clock if it's incomplete, but they may have to throw for this one.
I'd be surprised if they put this one in the air. I just don't see any need for it at this point in time. Maybe use your punter. You're inside 7 minutes. Your defense has been playing well. I don't
see what you can get and then kill some time and punt it away.
You're right. Let the clock run.
But
they are in the shotgun here, so.
Yep. Warden will roll near side to throw. Into the flat, intended for Tornes and incomplete, and that'll stop the clock at 6:42 and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and you see there with that play call, that ball wasn't even thrown to the 1st down marker. So even if he did catch the football, not likely going to make the 1st down. So now you've just stopped the clock and helped the big blacks out a little bit. And but hopefully your punter can pick you up here and get one past midfield.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first punt for Marietta tonight.
This is Marietta's first punt.
Braxton Lang stands at his own 6-yard line to kick it away, one man deep for Point Pleasant on 4th and 11. He boots that one, and it's a beaut.
Yep, he got a good one. I wanted the 50. He's got this all the way inside the 30, Brian. Excellent kick.
Nice kick, nice bounce, and it'll give Point Pleasant the ball at the 28-yard line. 6:31 remaining in this game. Big Blacks need 3 scores, down 24-3.
That's a big ask here, the way Marietta has bent, but they have not broken.
That's a good way of putting it.
Number 1 has been close. Isaac Creel has been close to breaking some big runs. They had one big run called back. They've got the explosive ability, but boy, it just has not come to fruition tonight. Looks like we got a timeout on the field.
Yeah, official timeout. So I mentioned earlier that Bobby Roberts here is our combat sports specialist, and you know what that means. This December, PHS and South Wrestling. And
wow.
I can tell you're already excited. Your eyes light up anytime I say PHS South Wrestling.
I can't wait. It's one of the best events of the year in this area. It's highly competitive. It's emotional. When you're in that building and the intensity, you can cut through it with a knife. And PHS is back to their winning ways. Parkersburg South has been on top for several years.
Graduated a lot of talent.
Of course, they were kind of down last year, but they're both rebuilding, and it's going to be a barn burner this year. It's going to be one heck of a wrestling match, and I can't wait to call it.
Make sure you keep to CAScable.com. The CAS 45 page will have our entire winter schedule once we get her ready to go. All right, 1st and 10 for Point Pleasant at their own 28-yard line. 6:31 left to work with. And it will be a design quarterback run for Hill, and not a lot there. And a flag down, and it looks like it's going to be a face mask on Marietta.
Big number 71, they're limping a little bit coming out of the pile. Looks like he might be coming to the sideline.
It's going to be a personal foul on Marietta, so a free 15 yards. This is the first 15-yard penalty against Marietta tonight. Well, you've already talked about how disciplined they were and how clean of a game
Right.
it was, and then we had 2 penalties in a row and now face mask.
Yes, and now they're moving the ball for Point Pleasant with the clock stopped. So, well, and there goes the clock turning again.
So Hill out of the shotgun on 1st and 10 out at the 45, and he's going to hand that one off.
That was number 37,
Bowen.
It looked like. I'm
Yep.
not seeing number 1 on the field. Maybe is number 1 dinged up, injury of some type that you would think your most explosive player would be out there. That makes you wonder, is Isaac Creel dinged up? And the clock just tick, 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 tick. That's my Chris Berman, by the way.
Tick, 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 tick. 5:40 to go in the ball game.
Always cite your source, Brian.
2nd and 8. Hill will hand it off. I believe that was Bowen again.
And he's a short little guy.
Into Marietta territory at the 49-yard line. It'll bring 3rd and 4.
5'9", 178 is Bowen, number 37, who's been a contributor tonight. He's had several carries, couple kickoff returns. But again, it appears that Point Pleasant's big play guy is somewhere over on the sideline because I do not see number 1 on the field. And that's a bad problem.
3rd down and 4 for Point Pleasant. And going to throw. Overthrown and intercepted. Lucas Miller makes the catch for the Marietta Tigers, and a 2nd turnover for the Big Blacks. Give the Tigers the ball back with 4:37 to go.
And that is Lucas Miller's 3rd interception on the season, giving him the team lead.
And you can see here that just not where Hill had intended.
Yep.
Just over the top.
And you're right, Lucas Miller was just hanging out back there in his deep 3rd, and that ball was overflown.
Right in the numbers.
Yep, overthrown, maybe tipped, I don't know. But right into his chest, he runs it back to the hash and slides to the ground.
So 4:37 left in this game. And Marietta is going to keep it on the ground, and it's Seth Britton across the midfield stripe and down to the 46-yard line, a gain of 8.
Yep, good patience there again by Seth Britton. Excellent job getting 2 hands on that football. Once he makes contact, he gets to the ground safely.
And there's Isaac Creel. He's still in uniform, but he's on the sideline, not in use.
Yep, that makes you wonder there. He doesn't look in any kind of pain or anything, but he's an explosive athlete, so who knows what's going on with him. Inside 4 minutes, Brian.
Marietta just salting this one away. Here's Seth Britton waiting for the wall to set up, and he will inside the 40, just pounding away, and another Marietta 1st down.
Yep, this one I think
and every fresh set of downs is at least 2 minutes off the clock, Bobby.
Yep, she ain't singing yet, but she's getting tuned up. And again, I am wildly impressed with Seth Britton's patience as a runner.
I wish I kept better stats because he has had a tremendous day running the football.
Yeah, he's got to be close to 200 yards tonight. And he does a very good job getting up behind those big linemen and not overrunning them, staying right in there behind them.
And we're going to see Braden Fry. I believe that's only his 2nd carry of the night, and he's going to get about 8 on 1st down.
Nice to see a 10th grader in there, a sophomore, getting some carries, because once Seth Britton graduates, Kobe Alexander and Braden Fry will be a formidable duo next year.
And an official timeout as number 60 for Point Pleasant, Connor Buckle, senior, will go hobbling off the field under his own power, but definitely dinged up.
And he has been one of their better defensive players this evening. He's done a good job there getting penetration. Let's just hope that he is okay.
There's some flipping.
Wish I could do that.
I try. I don't, because I don't like showing off. So I mean, I would, but I don't like to do it, like out in public and stuff.
I got you. All right, here we go. Closing in
Second
on 2
and
minutes.
2. Here's Britton again, and bobbing and weaving, just making sure he
holds on to the football.
Holds on to the football, and that'll be another Marietta first down.
Yep. Clock stops as the chains move. Is that right?
And Seth Britton has done the bulk of the work tonight.
And let's not forget that he's a two-way player. Number 5, Kobe. What the heck?
Alexander.
Kobe Alexander is too. These guys expend a lot of energy out there. They got to be in great physical condition to participate in this many plays and contribute as much as they do. Inside 2 minutes.
Yep. Seeing some seniors check in here on senior night for the Marietta Tigers. Here in the last few plays of this game. And it'll be Britton again. And this time he's got a little bit of room to run, and he's inside the 20 and another Marietta first down. And we're getting awful close to taking knee time.
Very, very close, given that the opponent's got three timeouts. But
I don't know that you're going to find that 21-point play here in the next 90 seconds.
Not likely. This one is about to be on ice.
So Marietta is going to run their record to 6-3, keep their playoff hopes alive, and have to get that win next week in Vincent against the Warren Warriors. And they will go into victory formation.
Brian, we didn't really get the shootout that we wanted. It wasn't exactly the ground and pound, knock down, drag out, smash mouth fight we thought it was, because we actually got to see Marietta High School's Drew Warden throw the ball around a little bit. And
I don't think he pulled the trigger in the second half.
No, I don't think. Maybe on the one play, the incomplete one down here.
Yeah, maybe once. But one more knee, and that is going to do it. And Marietta is going to be a winner tonight over Point Pleasant, 24-3 over the Big Blacks. Marietta now 6-3. Point Pleasant will fall to 3-3 on this season. And the Tigers still in the hunt for a playoff spot. And they will have to get a win next week at Warren. Point Pleasant 3-3. Still going to be in the top 16 in Class AA, but they still have 3 games left to go to secure themselves a spot in the field of 16. Any final thoughts here tonight, Bobby?
I just want to give my player of the game I'm going to let them share it, Drew Warden and Seth Britton, the seniors. They came in here on senior night, and they both performed well. Drew Warden showed us that he's more than just an orchestrator of the offense. He can sling it around, too. And Seth Britton showed, not only on offense but on defense, that he's the Marietta Tigers team leader.
Absolutely. 24-3, your final score as Marietta victorious over Point Pleasant tonight. Thanks to the whole CAS 45 crew, all of our camera people. We got Jim and Ava and Cameron and Abby and Jeremy and Alea back in the truck. Bobby Roberts, a fantastic job on the microphone this evening. Happy to have you here, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
We're all done. Make sure to check out the website, cascable.com, the CAS 45 page. Find out where we are going to be next. 24-3, your final score is Marietta is a winner over Point Pleasant. For the entire CAS 45 crew, my name is Brian Guthrie. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great evening.
United we stand.
That's it.